Do you want to know the secret to a better sorbet?
Well, today on WTF, we're going to show you how to use Perfect Sorbet to make a raspberry sorbet for a triple berry pavlova. Hello and welcome to WTF, where we transform food here in the Modernist Pantry Test Kitchen. I'm Chef Scott Guerin.
And I'm Janie Wang, one of the owners of Modernist Pantry. Now here on WTF, every week we talk about unique ingredients, techniques, share recipes and demos so that you can get started doing something fun in your own kitchen. So remember, subscribe and ring the bell, you get notified. We have new content, it comes out every single Tuesday. And this week we're doing a follow-up to one of our very first frozen treats episodes. So we're going to be talking in depth today about a product that we have. It's called Perfect Sorbet. And it's kind of a cool thing, especially right now. It's getting kind of hot in Maine and people are all about making sorbets and having their cold treats. So we're kind of excited to talk about it. And of course, we'll have a really nice recipe to share as well. So Scott, do you want to maybe start off with a little bit about, like what makes sorbet different from like the ice creams and the gelatos of the world?
So sorbet has no dairy. That's the biggest part of sorbet. It's a fruit-based, generally, ice cream, and it doesn't have any dairy. But with that, you don't get the fat of dairy. You don't get all the things that really kind of keep that creaminess. And the best part about Perfect Sorbet is that you can put it in without having to heat your mixture, so you're not changing the flavor, you're not ruining the integrity of the fruit, and it will thicken up and it will churn beautifully and cover up those ice crystals, so you're not getting that really, kind of sharp, almost slushy texture,
right, exactly.
Which you get a lot of times with sorbet. You get this smooth, it's almost creamy, like it has some sort of dairy, but it does not, and it's extremely easy to do. And we're going to show you pretty much a recipe with only like 4 ingredients in it.
Okay.
That's going to be you can change out the fruit and you can make any sorbet out of this recipe. So it's really cool. And I'm actually going to get right into it because we have it here. Okay. So this is a syrup, an invert sugar that we made. So we used glucose DE42, which also helps with that kind of scoopability of the ice cream or of the sorbet, and it also helps with the crystallization. So invert sugar is a mixture of glucose and fructose that kind of cover up the crystallization. It stops the crystallization of like table sugar. So we're just going to put this in there. So this is a really simple syrup that we just made. We put the sugar, the DE42, water, heated it until it was dissolved. Okay. Simple. Then we're going to add in a fruit puree. So these are just fresh berries, raspberries that we have. I mashed them up. And then I just let them sit overnight, and then you see all the liquid kind of came out of them. You can mash them up and put them in immediately, but I'm going to pour this in, try and get it in there without splashing it everywhere. And that's basically it. If I were to mix this up, I could make a sorbet out of just this. Okay. But if you want it to be better, if you want it to be more scoopable, if you want it to be have a better texture and not have like such bad freezer burn after about a week too, we're going to use the Perfect Sorbet. So Perfect Sorbet can be used in a ratio of about 0.2 to 0.5% of the total weight of what's in here. So the entire recipe. So as I get this going, I'm just going to sprinkle it in. And once I get it in there, you'll see it start to get a little bit opaque. And it's that simple. When I get there, that's it. That's all you need to do. Nice. You don't have to heat this now to activate it or anything. So here, right, I can pass this right into my ice cream churn, and you can use any ice cream churn that you have, and it will work in there. So any home ice cream churn works great. One thing I would do with the seeds in here, if you like the seeds of raspberries, that's fine. You could put this right in. I don't like the seeds. I like it to be a little bit smoother. Pass it right through a super bag. We made an Instagram video, this entire recipe. So you can see it again. You can see the full thing from beginning to end of how to make this sorbet. So yeah, passing it through the super bag becomes very, very easy. So I'm actually going to push this off to the side. And then we're going to make a pavlova. So we made our sorbet, and it's off to the side, it's staying cool. but we wanted to plate it up, and we wanted to make it kind of fancy and have a little bit of fun with it. So what I did was I have a little bit of just strawberry syrup that we have here. Right. And we're just going to plate up a Pavlova, and I'll explain what Pavlova is in just a moment. So I get a nice kind of streak of that. And then we have our raspberries, fresh. I'm going to make a nice circle out of this.
Ooh, right. We get fancy plating today.
Yes, fancy plating. But you could also take this and make it into the Pavlova into a sheet, and you can make this into a cake, or you could bring it to 4th of July party. Mm-hmm. Right. So all these flavors still work together. So this is Pavlova, and it's a very simple meringue that we make. We make it with egg white powder. Since it's not going to be baked, we wanted to make it, so it's pasteurized, egg white powder, powdered sugar. We heat it up a little bit, so it's kind of making a Swiss meringue. Heat it up a little bit, whip it, add in a lot of powdered sugar, and it sets really nice. The outside is crispy, and the inside, just on the center, is still a little soft, which makes it really kind of a nice texture. It's easily breakable. Right? Then we're going to fill it with whipped cream. That does not
get that beehive shape.
So we're actually going to show you inside the Instagram video, but we took, you can do it with a bowl, as long as you oil it real well. We did it with a silicone mold, like a large hemispherical, like a half circle silicone mold, and we just kind of greased it up a little bit, and then we piped it over the top, and we let it sit in the oven at a low temperature just so it completely dries out, with obviously the center being a little soft still.
Cool.
And you can do any shape. It doesn't have to be in that. But we made this fun bowl. And then we tried this a few different ways, but we found that making whipped cream with no sugar works the best, because everything on here is very sweet. The Pavlova has a lot of sugar in it. So I'm going to just kind of garnish this with some fresh blueberries. So we're kind of making like a triple berry Pavlova.
Right in time for 4th of July weekend to impress people.
The fall off. There we go.
On your outdoor barbecues.
Yeah, so if you have a local farm that's allowing you to pick some berries, you can go and get all 3 of these berries and make this dessert and kind of impress people. Neat. Have some fun with it. And then we have the sorbet that is here. I'm just going to heat up the bottom of this. And you can set this right on top.
Whoa, that looks so good. Yeah,
and the sorbet is extremely easy to scoop. Even in the refrigerator, it comes out really beautifully. So Janie, if you wanted to try.
I certainly will. I will now destroy this.
You should kind of crack the entire thing as you cut through.
That's too much pressure. Nope. You're just going to watch
me. Go straight down through, right here.
All right. Oh, I see.
Yeah, there we go. So when you break it up, you get that sweet of the Pavlova. You get the acidity from the berries and the sorbet. So when you get all of it, it's actually really refreshing and really delicious. It's everything that you want on this hot summer day, a nice refreshing dessert that's not heavy. You're not eating anything that's heavy here. And
I think the unsweetened whipped cream is perfect because it doesn't taste sweet at all. And I think you're exactly right. Like, one of the reasons I don't eat a lot of sorbets because I hate how crystally and hard they get. But this is super creamy, almost exactly like an ice cream, a good ice cream. So yeah, it's super fun to make. As always, you can get this recipe in the links in the description below. An in-depth dive into glucose DE42 if you're like, I want to learn all about inverse sugars and how they work and what their benefit is. And as well as, of course, check out the Instagram and watch this whole thing being made. And give it a shot. If you like this recipe, let us know in the comments what you thought about it. If you're trying to incorporate it into your own recipe, again, we love hearing from you. Tag us on social media. It's super fun. So from here in the Modernist Pantry Test Kitchen, I'm Janie Wang.
And I'm Scott Guerin. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell so you get notified when we drop a new video.
To get today's recipes and all of our recipes, remember to go to blog.modernistpantry.com where you get recipes, Ask a Chefs, tips and tricks, and more.
And if you haven't already, tell a friend so they know what's going on here at WTF.
And as always, to get any of the ingredients you saw today, you can go to modernistpantry.com to shop.
And until next time, we'll be here in the test kitchen, helping you create memorable and magical experiences.